baby. We got to look at Meta Magenta. Holy crap. Am I a moron for selling Meta stock? You know why I sold Meta? So I could buy VT. And look what happened. It's up 20%. We're going to look over Meta's earnings, okay? Because I'm a YouTuber and I have to look at Meta's earnings, and even though I'm not invested in the stock. But it's up 20% after hours, so I guess the earnings were good. Let's go check out the market cap, $406 billion, okay? You know Tesla has a bigger market cap than Meta. It's pretty hilarious, right? And I just want to show you my amazing price history because Kid Freshie has exposed me as a liar and a degenerate. So I just wanted to show you my price history. I bought $500 of Meta at $161, and I bought 52 more at $158, and I sold at $175 for a profit of roughly $48. Okay, that's my Meta trade for 2022. And by the way, I still need my tax form from Robinhood before I file my taxes. But let's go look at Meta's earnings, okay? Meta reports fourth quarter and full year 2022 results. Now, what is the first thing that I notice about Meta's earnings? I see a lot of negative changes, okay? I see negative 4% revenue growth year over year for the fourth quarter. I see income from operations massively down. And I see net income down by 55% year over year for the fourth quarter. Remember, and I know this because I work in the advertising industry, YouTube. The fourth quarter is the biggest quarter. Why? Because it's the holidays. That's when your revenue should be crushing it. So during the best quarter, Meta's revenue year over year is down 4%. What a freaking disaster. I'm just kidding. Now, why is Meta not a bad play? At least it wasn't. I'm not going to make any assumptions about the future. Why was Meta not really a bad play a couple months ago? Well, I think the stock went through some insane panic selling. There are times when I watch the market and I see stocks get absolutely wrecked, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, this makes no sense. Okay, I see clown stocks go up, and I'm like, that makes no sense. And sometimes I see companies like Meta get wrecked. I remember it went down to like 90 or something. I was like, this is insane. Okay, like I get it. You know, there's a reason it's selling off, but there was a lot of panic selling going on with Meta. Okay. And the reason that I was never like fully on board with the idea that Meta was dead, I don't think it's dead. I just think they're going to potentially have they're going to have low profit margins until this whole metaverse crap gets worked out. Is because look at the amount of people that use our products. I mean, holy freaking crap. Family of apps, daily active people, almost 3 billion people. And they're growing the amount of users that are using their family of apps. What a freaking Facebook and Instagram and all the other freaking apps that fall under their family of apps. 3 billion people, and it's growing. The number of people is growing. To me, that's pretty incredible. So I would not call this a dead company. The concern is the metaverse. But if you think about it, I mean, they could always drop the metaverse. Worst case, they have terrible earnings for a couple of quarters. And let's say they're like, oh, you know what? Screw the metaverse. It's garbage. Let's go ahead and drop it. Well, their profit margins come right back, especially if we get out of a recession or whatever we're in right now. I don't even know what you could classify it. And there's still that core business there. And then ad rates increase. I don't know. And if you look at this, in the fourth quarter of 2022, I don't like the color. I don't like the coloring of this, okay? I'm shorting the stock now. Ad impressions delivered across our family of apps increased by 23% year over year. The amount of ads people are seeing increased by 23%. But why is the revenue not exploding? Well, the price per ad decreased by 22%. Okay, but there's more ad impressions. To me, that's a good deal. So you got growing users and you have growing ad impressions. We just have a kind of crappy economy, and then obviously there's some foreign exchange things going on that are hurting their revenue growth. But this is not a dead company, okay? It's all about the expenses. It's all about the costs. Now, I think another big deal, so apparently their revenue grew better than was expected, but I think they missed on earnings. And they announced today a $40 billion increase in our share repurchase authorization. Okay, that's great. I mean, I think if they buy shares back now or at lower prices, I mean, if they bought shares back at 90, that probably would have been a good deal. But I mean, that's not a bad thing. I mean, but then again, like just because they have a share repurchase authorization doesn't mean you should go insane. Because from what I remember, they were buying shares back when the stock was like in the 300s. I mean, I don't know who's making the decisions on those share repurchases, but that's that. Now, let's go look at the financials themselves, okay? And we'll just look at some profit margins. So here's a condensed consolidated statement of income. This is the income statement. What is their profit margin? Well, they had net income of 4.6 billion off of 32 of revenue. So if we take, gotta move my thing here, 4.6 divided by 32.1. So their profit margin was 14%. Okay. Now you look historically at their profit margins, their quarterly profit margins, it was much higher. I mean, let's see. Let's see what they're. I wonder if they updated this already. No. I would have been impressed if they had updated this already. So you can see their profit margin has absolutely collapsed. 36, 35, 31, 30, 26, 23, 6, 15. And now it's 14.3. So their profit margin is still declining, okay? Because they have all these expenses. So it's not out of the woodworks yet. They're still spending an arm and a leg, even though they're trying to cut costs. They're still spending a bunch of money. What I'm saying is this could potentially be reversed. This isn't a dead company, and it's still a profitable company after all these investments they're making in the metaverse. But this is the reason the stock has gone down massively. I mean, look at the profit margins. A company that has a 36% profit, bottom line profit, which is insanely profitable, like Tesla, right? A company that has a 36% profit margin, if that drops to 15 or 14%, yeah, that stock is going to get absolutely annihilated. Okay. You got to ask yourself why. Now, another thing that people say is, oh, TikTok's killing Meta. There is a lot of political risk for TikTok. Okay. And there's probably a lot of people on the American side of the water that benefit from advertisements that are pissed about TikTok. But TikTok could potentially be banned in the United States. So I don't think TikTok is going to destroy Meta. I think Meta and Facebook, they have different audiences. I don't know. I mean, to me, it just seems like, stupid clownish kids go on TikTok, and I guess like slightly older people, that families or whatever, they go on Facebook. That's at least how I see it. And then if you want stupid reels, they're on Facebook, or you could use Instagram, which also has the stupid dancing morons. So I don't know. I don't think Meta in any way, shape, or form is a dead company, but their profit margin is massively collapsed. Okay, I mean that's not you can't argue against that, obviously, but it's because of the freaking research. Let's see, share-based compensation. Holy smokers! What is this, man? Look at that share-based compensation. That's 10% of the revenue? I didn't know that. Wow. Meta, what you doing there, bucko? So apparently share-based compensation is 10% of their revenue. Am I reading that wrong? No, it looks like it is. Okay, that's something to know. All right, let's look at the balance sheet. All right, let's see if there's any major things we can identify. All right, current assets are down a little bit. Let's see. PP&E has gone up. So current assets have gone down, but not their total assets. So they've had some pretty big investments into property, plant, equipment. I think they bought a bunch of buildings or something. Goodwill's up a little bit. They had a tiny acquisition, and then other assets. I don't know what that is. So overall, their total assets have increased over the past year. Let's look at their liabilities. Okay. Current liabilities, nothing crazy there. It's obviously Meta's not going to go bankrupt within the next year, I don't think. Let's see. Operating leases. Okay. That's just an accounting thing. When you're leasing, you have to have a liability on your balance sheet. They packed on $10 billion of long-term debt, probably to buy these buildings or whatever PP&E that is. And yeah, so basically they added a little bit of long-term debt, nothing crazy. And their total equity has actually gone up. Even after all this disaster, their stockholders' equity actually has gone up. Now it's gone up because of stock issuance. Okay. So the past year, their equity has increased, but that's only because they issued more shares. If you look at the profit and loss, Actually, that's interesting. The retained earnings went down. They don't pay. Does Meta have a dividend? I don't know. The retained earnings has gone down. Actually, I'm actually curious why the retained earnings has gone down because I don't remember them having any bottom line losses. So I don't know if they're like buying back stock and they're treating that as a constructive retirement or if they're paying it. I don't think Meta pays a dividend. Does it? Shows how much I know about this freaking stock. I don't think they pay a dividend. Yeah, they don't have a dividend. So okay, so the only reason retained earnings is going down, it's got to be like constructive retirement of stock because I don't think they were unprofitable. I don't know. I'd have to do more research on that. But overall, like their balance sheet is not like the end of the world. I don't see bankruptcy. Okay, they packed on some long term debt, but like their liquidity position is fine. If we go to their statement of cash flows, they have positive operating cash flow, and let's see. Okay, so they had 14 billion of positive operating cash flow in the last 3 months. That is a not insane decline year over year, okay? But they've obviously increased their expenditures on property, plant, and equipment year over year. And we can see their net cash used in investing activities is negative, which is not necessarily a bad thing, mostly because of property, plant, and equipment, okay? Let's see, share issuance. Repurchases of Class A common stock. Okay, they bought back a little bit of stock in the last 3 months. Okay, actually, they bought 6.8 billion of stock back in the last 3 months. Wow, that's got to be why the retained earnings is going down. And yeah, so overall, like, I don't know. I don't see like a disaster. Okay, I mean, the story hasn't changed. The story is exactly, there's nothing different. Okay. I don't know why the stock's up 20%. I really don't, honestly. I mean, okay, they're still losing a lot. Their margins are still down massively. They announced the share buyback, and I guess their revenue did a little bit better than expected. I don't know why there's this insane reaction. I mean, great. If you want to take profits, okay, you do whatever you want. But okay, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't think Meta's going out of business. There's really not much more I can say about this. All right, let's do some comments and then I'm done. Look over Bitcoin. Yeah, okay. Jeremy. Oh, see, I told you to buy Meta. Oh, what? Fabio gets a new yacht. Yeah, even I was looking at it. I was like, man, it went down to 90. I was like, dang, that's crazy. If you bought right there in the dip, you're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good. $40 billion buyback. Holy crap. Well, it said authorization. So I don't think they're just buying back $40 billion. They can't. Let's see. Let's look. I mean, they could do it, but they can't do it like right now. They don't have enough. Let's see what their current assets are. Okay, their total current assets are 59 billion. So if they sold all of their marketable securities and they spent all of their cash, so they have zero cash and all their marketable securities are gone, so they just have receivables, they could buy back 40 billion of stock. But obviously they're not going to do that. That would be stupid. Just saying. Obviously they're going to do it. Okay, this is still a cash flow positive, profitable company. Everything money is criminal. Intel crap. Sleep number crap. But meta, bro. I opened a small position yesterday. I'm very happy, but I want you to know it's only 4% of my portfolio. The rest is 95% S&P. Good for you, buddy. Let's see. You should throw the 40 billion in the money losing metaverse. You're a fool. I just bought a new Model X with Bitcoin. Hey, well, what can I say? It's a year over year from last holiday, you goon. I know it's year over year from last holiday. This sounds like financial advice. You should sue me, bro. I bought it at 95. Good for you. Was dirt cheap. Gross margins are 80%. What were their gross margins now? I mean, they're probably still high. I think most of the expenses for the metaverse, they're probably not recognizing those in gross margin. Let's see, 32. Let's see what their gross margin was. Minus 8,336 divided by 32, 165. Their gross margin was 74% this last quarter. Let's do that one more time. Sometimes I screw up, okay? My name is Farzad. Yeah, their gross margin is 74%. So historically, their gross margin, what the hell is it? Oh, I said a curse word. Okay, their gross margin has been just lower than normal. I don't know if some of the metaverse expenses are getting in there somehow. But yeah, usually their gross margin is in the low 80s, high 70s. So their gross margin has come down a little bit. I mean, obviously they're having profitability problems. Hey, Strong Man, I don't want to buy Meta. I'd rather buy, I think their new MIGs would help destroy some measure spends. Do you agree with this guy? Let's see. Is there any way to prove 3 billion people actually? I guess, I don't know. Maybe. I trust Facebook's numbers, okay? You think they're lying? Maybe. I don't know. But, I mean, it's still not. Plenty of people still use Facebook and Instagram. Trust me. The metaverse isn't a concern, you stupid boomer. It is. It is. Why do you think the company sold off? Okay? Of course, it's because of the profitability and all the investments in the metaverse. And I'm sure revenue maybe slowing down a little bit could have had something to do with it. But yes, the massive decline in profit margins obviously changes the intrinsic value of the company. Okay? Oh, it wasn't the metaverse. What was it? EM are bringing their fans to Meta like lambs to a slaughter. That's why I just buy VT. I don't care. I mean, I can just look at the stock and be like, all right, academically, this is interesting. And then I just buy VT. So my course, bro. Let's see. You reek of insecurity and low T. Because I'm reviewing Meta stock? I don't understand why you're so upset about this. You should have bought under 100, but I was being a responsible adult at 3% of my... Yeah! You're so dumb. What's wrong with you? You're up, though, aren't you? I think you're up. I got in all the way down to 119. Yeah, I miraculously sold. I made like I had a bunch of individual stocks in Robinhood, and I'm like, what am I doing? And I sold a bunch of them, and one of them was Meta, and then I just bought VT with it. But actually, I did make a profit. But I'd be up even more if I just held on, ladies and gentlemen. TikTok is not a good investment. I just don't like TikTok. It annoys me. It's hard. I try to get on there, and it just, TikTok and Meta are totally different. Yeah, dude, like Facebook is obviously Meta's like way more professional. Like you want to advertise your business, you do it on Meta. I'm not gonna like if I had a tax business, I'm not gonna advertise it on TikTok. Oh, do your taxes. Stupid. All right. Meta will die a slow death. It doesn't look like it's dying. Meta will be a 30 trillion market cap and make EVs and have metaverse by tomorrow. Man, why are my subs going up? I don't know what's going on. Man, I just made $100 million. What's going on here? Send me the link. I'm tired, man. I'm about to get off. Cole, we'll try to do a stream this weekend, okay? Everybody go check out Cole's video. He made a video. He made a video about Meta, even though he's an index fund investor. I just grifted Andrew. Yes, I did. You need to consider PayPal my sneeze now at this level. Love this company. Add this with your bub. Man, I have cash flow problems this year. Well, not problems, but I can't invest as much this year. That's why I'm only doing index funds this year. Where's PayPal at? PayPal my sneeze. I didn't know Paychex was a publicly traded company. I saw that when I typed in PayPal. It's for a payroll processor. I know that because I had to use them today. Let's see. PayPal's 82. It's okay. I mean, I don't know. I think I would maybe look at it in like the 50s or something. 60s. I'm serious. I don't know. There's so much competition in that space. Let's see. This market is crazy. Meta is poopy. I mean, I'm agnostic. Like, it's great it went up. I don't hate Meta, and it was interesting. It's a very interesting play. See, like Meta, if I was to be an individual stock picker, that would have been something I would have probably considered buying. It's like highly profitable, temporary problems, massive panic. Like, it just seemed like there was a lot of potential instigators there. A good ways to make money there. Let's see. All right, guys. I'm tired. I'm going upstairs. I haven't showered since the gym. I stink. All right. Well, Meta went up a lot, and a lot of you clowns are gonna buy Meta because it went up. I get it. It went up. It went up. When it was going down, it was trash. Now it's going up. It's a good buy, right? That's how it works. All right. You have a wonderful day. Cheers. Cheers.